The manufacturing sector in Kenya has been on a steady growth path, averaging about 4% over the last 10 years. The Kenyan government is keen to promote this growth as an indication of the sustainable business environment it has in place of the growth of the sector, thanks to the joint efforts between the state and the private sector.
The success achieved in manufacturing sector over the last decade has been a result of a joint efforts between the government and the private sector, as well as the hard work and dedication of thousands of workers in manufacturing plants all over Kenya.
The Kenya Association of Manufacturers is the umbrella body of manufacturing industries in Kenya and represents them in key development concerns with the government. The cumulative turnover of the association's membership is in excess of 670 million shillings.
When you took office in 2003, the economy had experienced stagnant growth and decline for nearly a decade. Infrastructure to support investment had suffered from years of neglect, absence of maintenance, and was in a very sorry state. Confidence in the economy was at a very low ebb. Nearly 10 years down the road, the situation is quite different. Significant resources have been directed at rehabilitation and expansion of our infrastructure, both rural and urban. Even more resources have been directed at improving education and health outcomes for Kenyans. And we have seen the expansion and growth of enterprises all around.
Manufacturing contributes about 14% of the country's GDP, according to official statistics. Given this tremendous input the private sector provides to the economy, the synergy created through partnerships between the government and the sector is critical towards the attainment of Kenya's economic growth blueprint, Vision 2030.
Today we celebrate the gains realized by the country over the last 10 years, key among them the threefold growth in our turnover as a country from 1 trillion shillings to 3.2 trillion. The improved welfare of our people through improved earnings in all sectors. Today, as a country, we are healthier, more educated, and wealthier than we were 10 years ago. Today, we export 3 times more than we did 10 years ago, mostly manufactured goods and services to new markets and unprocessed products that were traditionally sold.
Once fabricated, goods need to be transported to the markets, necessitating the need for a robust infrastructure system. In the markets, retailers provide an avenue where buying and selling of the goods can take place. Retail and transport are just 2 areas that piggyback on the growth of this industry.
Your Excellency, when you took over the leadership of this country in 2002, you made a statement on infrastructure, and with your permission, please allow me to quote what you said. I hope I can be able to put it as articulately as you did, but I will try. I quote, "Infrastructure will be the foundation on which the economy of this nation will be built upon. It will be the backbone which will stabilize the economy. The rail, road, airport, and port networks will be the veins, arteries, and the capillaries that will distribute our economic gains to every corner of this country. Electricity will be the engine that will drive this economy. In this regard, my government will provide adequate funding to meet this objective." End of quote.
The Kenyan economy grew 3.5% in the first quarter, much lower than the previous quarter, though the government remains bullish, projecting a 5.2% growth in the medium term, even with the general election less than a year away.
The government remains committed to the development of manufacturing sector, as well as the micro, small, and medium enterprise sector. We will continue to put in place strategies, incentives, and flagship projects that ensure our goals of rapid industrialization are attained. To achieve this, we will constantly improve the business environment and address challenges you face.
Going forward, with a steady growth in the manufacturing sector, it's expected that this will have a ripple effect on Kenya's economy. Now, this is a true revelation of the joint efforts between the government and the private sector. For Eye on Kenya, I am Laban-Cliff, Onserio.